Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you as we're coming up on the noon hour here. 9-race Sunday card, fast main track, firm turf course, Tapeta as well as we wrap up another 4-day race week. Good to be back with you. And as I was gone, that Rainbow Six kept on building, huh?
It did. It was shaky yesterday, and we missed you, by the way. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Yep.
it.
Was Loverboy good?
Missed you too.
Yeah.
Loverboy always puts on a great concert.
Working for the weekend.
You know it.
Yep. But today we're working for the Rainbow Six, and it's gonna be huge.
4 1/4. Did you say there were some anxious moments yesterday?
Yeah,
in the
there
Rainbow?
was.
Okay.
Some stuff blew up late. There were some singles going into the last. It paid very well. Your long shot has done well while you were away, which is good because Ron and I put a clinic on you last week.
Wow.
And then you came back and you've gotten us. So
Yeah, a couple long shot winners
Yes.
while I was gone. That's always good. I can't get a best bet. It's very, very bizarre. But I guess if you're going to have one of the two, the long shot would
is
be
the better one.
more lucrative one,
Yeah.
right? We'll try an early pick 5 here as well and get that going here in race 1. We'll take a look at my ticket. I lost a couple top picks today, which is kind of a bummer because there really wasn't a lot of scratches today on this card. Race 1 will go to 2 deep, and race 6, that's the top pick that I lost. So I'll scratch into now Billy the Greek, who's going to be a massive favorite. Was probably going to be favored anyway, but now would be a huge favorite. And then a 4x4 interior double in race 3, 5150 with the blinkers coming off today. I'm hoping that's the angle there. What a good Tapeta race in race 4. I'm going to go 4 deep. I'm going to pick Rum Saint Esprit. Obviously, Reza Rolex is rolling. Boomchero going to try winners off a dominant debut win. And then my best bet is race number 5, and that is the 3, Akati King for Ronnie Spatz. Hopefully, we're going to see out the mile. Couldn't quite do it last time. There's a $16 early 5. It started at 48 and came down to
All
16. And we'll see what we've got here. Let's go to the opener, though. 5.5 on the Tapeta. It's a 12-5 maiden claimer. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Scratch bug here of the 1, Queen Valentina, the 10, Camden Race, and the 11, Joyful Eliza. You've got the 9 on top, and that is Vallesta, who I had to play against her.
I scratched into her.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
She was my best bet last
Yep.
time. She was a cinch, and I didn't think she did any running at all.
Yeah, she didn't. She ran a big figure,
Yeah.
big sheet number, but it's still she didn't win, and that's the problem.
Right.
I do scratch into her. This for me now. If I was playing the early pick 5, I would be spreading. I would not
Yeah.
be just going down with her.
No, she's a tough one to trust because she's been 80 cents on the dollar in evens last time. I want to show you a stat here, too, because the DeBona barn is such high percentage in basically everything. Well, this is a big sample, and it's not all that flattering. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but you think of this barn in the 20s and 25s and 30s maybe, and just 13%. So I didn't see it last time with Vallesta, and I'm not coming back to her today, that's for sure. The 7, is Lace Curtain, who I feel like on the drop, especially in the Tapeta race with the blinkers going on, I like her chances in here.
Yeah, I think so as well. She looks like she's one that's just steadily getting better. I mean, see how here Mia will ride, and the blinkers going on, you would think that there's going to be some intent
Yeah.
to just get her to drop her head and just run on.
No doubt. Miss Diz, the firster for Joe Orsino, one of these races where, you're not going to have to run a 90 or a 7 to win this race.
No,
right?
and if she's got any talent at all,
Yeah.
she could fare well with this group.
Yeah, I would think so. And, she's a tote board kind of horse. There's a lot of points off this morning line coming out. But, she should be lower than 10 as a first-time starter from a barn that's had a very, very good run here so far at the Royal Palm Meet. Early pick 4 goes in race number 2. It's a starter optional claimer, a mile and a 16th on that firm turf course. The rails are at 45 feet here. These are the 3-year-olds, and it's a big scratch here of the 4, Magic Heart. We had a replay to show you because he was coming down from Keeneland. Well, that's out the window now, and Billy the Greek is going to be very, very short.
Yeah,
Price.
I had to rework because
Okay.
that.
Oh, it's the TT pick 3. There we
Yes,
go.
so Magic Heart was my single to kick
Sure.
off things, but now I'm spreading here. It's races 2, 6, and 9 today. Race number 6 is a very competitive race, maiden special weight. The 2 Tiz Ready, a first-time starter for Safi Joseph. We've got a replay of her. Her works in the morning. And in race 9, the finale, this is a tough race. I've got my long shot. That is the 3. Let's see. 8-1. Okay, woo, we're
You
good.
made it.
There we go. $36 is the play. 15% takeout. $3 minimum. Pays huge. Paid huge yesterday. Get involved.
Yeah, that's a tough finale as well.
Yeah.
Just looking at it now, you got a 7-2 morning line favorite that I don't really care for at all. It's never hit the board. That's kind of, maybe I got it wrong, but it's that kind of race.
Yep.
I'll tweet out my ticket. Let's get to this one here because it is a good race. Unfortunately, as we said, a horse that we both liked quite a bit is out.
Yeah.
Now, you go to Baytown Parfait, who is quite possibly going to get loose in here, right?
That's what I'm hoping for. The Billy the Greek and Baytown Parfait are exiting the same race. Now, they were nowhere as good as the scratch horse Magic Heart, but now by default, I'm in with Baytown Parfait. There's one path to victory for this horse, and it's hitting the front, and we see it time and time again. The speed plays so well on this turf track. I thought that this horse did a lot more of the hard work than Billy the Greek, but Billy the Greek got a better number.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy the Greek, 8-5 pre-scratch is very likely going to be odds on in here. It's Safi, it's Ken Ramsey. Hey, listen, that was a good effort last time.
It was. It was very, very game in defeat.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's beaten ahead on his turf return, stretching back out, too. If he runs that race again, there's going to be a problem for these. Speed Control actually doesn't have a lot of that, but he did draw well here. Going to try turf for the first time for Carlos David.
Well, the turf race in which he was claimed was a win, so you figure you can come back to that.
Yeah, you would hope so.
Yeah.
And this is a potent barn that can move him up, and that wasn't a bad effort at all. Race number 3, one more before the break here, $25,000 maiden claimer. These are 3 and up here. It's a clean race, a field of 6. First-time starter in Otto. We're going to talk about this because you can show a replay, and then I'm going to show a stat. You've got Otto on top, a 4-year-old son of violence debuting for Arundel, the homebred. Yeah,
and for a tag, too.
Yeah.
I like a homebred debuting for a tag. Inside is Otto here, working with Gadsby. This horse is a half to horses like Jive. There's just a long list of horses this Otto's related to, and they're also precocious.
Yeah,
they may not win multiple races as they get older, but this horse worked really well here. When I saw this, I looked at the field and said, I'm pretty sure this horse could handle whatever they throw at him.
That's not good.
That's not good.
I was very surprised at this when I pulled this up, but this is, 28 horse sample here. One of them have won maiden claimers the past 5 years. Now, with all that being said, Brian Cohen and the team here, you kind of hinted at it, they put the horses where they belong.
Right.
It probably is a 25 claimer. So we'll see. Outside post, I was surprised maybe you kind of picked this horse.
Thought maybe a 4-year-old could handle it. We might lose a little bit of ground, but
5150 didn't run last time with the blinkers on. They come off today. Those races 2 and 3 back, not a lot of speed. That's a problem, but they're as good as anybody in here.
They are indeed, and Modern Lane came back to win this week.
Okay, there you go. So that flatters him a little bit. Breeze the Bayou is certainly in the mix. He's got some speed here, Breeze the Bayou.
Yeah, and this horse could be very dangerous if it gets the lead.
If he gets the lead, exactly. Cajun Fool's another one. I spread in this race. I found it a little bit difficult. I didn't necessarily trust Otto, but we'll see what we get. I would think he's well met, and he's going to get bet for sure as well. All right, 3 down, 6 to go. When we come back, Ronnie's in the office. He's got the rainbow, 425 in that estimated jackpot. Stay tuned.
And they're off.
Win big with new DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
And welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you on a beautiful Sunday here. I left town and I feel like the temperature's lowered a little bit. That was nice to come back to.
I'm sure it was because when you left, it was very, very warm.
Impressive,
Heat
yeah.
index is huge. But yeah, it's cooled down. Yesterday was perfect. Today, a little bit more cut in the humidity, but still very beautiful day. Good fun in the Sunday.
Fun in the Sunday.
Get things going.
Come on out because get here by race 4 too. Highly recommended because the Rainbow Six has got 425 in the estimated jackpot. Let's take a look at Ron's ticket. He'll be out here with me for the opener. And here's the standard playbook now, but he's going to single right off the rip. So I'm going to think Rum Saint Esprit is his best bet of the day. And then he's spreading from there. And you can see in race 9, that's a tough turf race in the finale because you literally could make a case for every horse in the race. And he's going to go to the 1 Guerrero and the 4. The firster for Barry Croft, Albert's son. What I would think would be a big price here. Jaramillo is aboard, though. I think that could maybe signal some intent, but that is a $43.20 Rainbow. That's the playbook. He'll be out here to talk about it, and let's get it started here. I'll tell you what, if you can single in this race, you're getting a leg up on everybody.
Yeah.
Because this one now, we're going to go 5.5 on the Tapeta. These are state bred 1Xs here. Just the 3-year-olds. We do scratch the 2 Sabian, who's going to be a long shot. Let's start with your top pick because we can show the video of Reza Rolex, who ever since Joe Orsino cut him back, he has been scary good.
Very, very good. Rattled off 2 wins in a row now. This horse has just found his stride in a big, big way, and he just has become so professional with this. Now, we saw Adios Cole and East Boston Benny run back this week. Not that. They were so-so, but obviously Reza Rolex was just so good. Now, does he stub his toe here? Now we're drawn on the inside. There's a lot of questions. My top 4 picks, I would be using them all in the Rainbow, to be honest.
Absolutely. He was geared down there.
Yeah.
Open company, too, those races. Now he's back with some Florida breds in here, and that's going to be a problem. I certainly, I think he's a huge threat. I was kind of sort of surprised at how good the 6 ran last time. They bet him last time off a little bit of a layoff, trying winners, and he answered the bell.
He did. My long shot was that day. Take care of business.
Oh, there you go.
That won the race. That was a good race, too.
Yeah, it was.
But, again, you could run this race 6 different times, and we'd probably have a different result every time.
I don't disagree with that at all, and I used all of these horses in my tickets. Embraced the Dream, got to Tapeta last time. He freaked, and he was really good. Fast time, if you want to believe that. Boom Shero was good on debut.
Broom Cheryl ran a huge race. I don't know what you do with a race like that, to be honest. It was just so impressive. Visually, the numbers came back great.
Yeah.
If you believe in that race, there wasn't anybody as fast as him in this field.
No, not if you look at the figures. Certainly, the sheets. He was 8-1 that day. He ran well. I don't like the post today, but he's going to probably get some speed again. Yeah. And I do like seeing horses on debut to come from off the pace, which is what he did. Late pick 5 kicks off in race number 5. We'll go a flat 1-turn mile on the main track, $25,000, 2L, 3-year-olds and up here. Let's take a look at Samantha's late pick 5 ticket, and then we'll get into this one.
The late pick 5 yesterday paid huge as well.
Yeah, I did see that.
I've got my best bet to kick things off with Crypto Man. Race 6, that's one of the grass races. I only used 2 in my Tropical Turf pick 3, but I'm using 3 here. The 2 is my top pick. Race 7, had to rework it. I do have the 7 on top, Gervin Girl. I scratch into Gervin Girl. Race 8, the 5 on top for me, Frankie's Empire. Back on Lasix for the first time, facing Overnight Company.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, it's a good race. And race 9, the finale. My long shot is the 3, Calaman. This is a tough race. You said it. I will say it. We'll say it again and again. It's a tough finale. $18 the play.
Well, you did go 3 deep in the Triniberg, which is race 8, that Overnight. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. Crypto Man, this is a Samantha horse.
Yeah.
The definition of a Samantha horse. Tell them why.
Okay, so Fantastic as a sire with turf routes is 6%. Okay. With dirt routes, he's 19%. This horse has never been on a dirt route before. If he can run at all, I hope it's today. It needs to be today.
Yeah. I just thought it was weird. I mean, Simon Callahan is a solid, 15-teen kind of guy out there. Never ran this horse on dirt, so we'll see.
You see it a lot in California that dirt horses run on the grass horses run on the dirt,
right,
and so on and so forth. So,
Edgard's on the 3. I don't know. Maybe just he rode the 3 last time, but I thought that, not that Edwin Gonzalez doesn't ride a lot for Safi and doesn't do a darn good job too.
Yeah.
I just said,
That's interesting, yeah.
this is my best bet is the 3 Akati King.
Okay.
So we're dueling here. I didn't like the fact that he gave up that lead last time.
That's
But-
keyword, gave up.
Yeah, I'm not going to fight you on that. I still think he's got an edge here. They might go with Crypto Man based on the works, and I think that's going to put him in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, it could, because he could just maybe ride the coattails
Yeah.
of that.
And the other thing that I think is a problem potentially for Crypto Man is King Fierro, your second horse. I mean, he is going.
Yeah. And when you see Jose Ferreira named
Yeah.
on a horse, he's so good up front, good on the lead.
Right.
He's the original minister of speed,
Yeah.
I think. And Kathleen O'Connell, wow, everything that she's been sending out she's having a great year this year.
Yeah, their horses aren't winning. That's what's bugging me. They're running well. They
That's
haven't
true.
been seeing it out. This horse is 3-year-old that's never faced older. I don't know what those races are all about at Tampa, but this is going to be a send mission, so things could get a little heated up front. Late pick 4 goes in race number 6, and we can take a look at my ticket as it kicks off in this turf sprint here. I've got a $16 ticket. I couldn't find a single in this. I'm going too deep in that featured, which is a really, really good one. And there you can see I honestly could have doubled the ticket in race 9 because it's that type of race, and we'll get to it. This is everything about this late sequence. The rainbow, the 5, and the 4 are very, very difficult. Even some, we've got dueling best bets in the same race. That kind of tells you what's going on. Let's start it here. 5 on a firm turf course. The rails again at 45 in this spot. 3-year-old fillies in this maiden special weight. It is a clean race. We're going to start with you. I'm glad you pulled a work of this horse, Tis Ready, because I didn't know if this horse is going to win a turf sprint on debut.
That's fair.
That's all.
This is a breeze. Now, what I wanted to see from this is she a grass horse. She's on the inside, and with grass horses, you see the slack in the reins. They just never really pick up the bridle when they're on the dirt. They just have that kind of looser hold on the reins. And she just is running off the bridle is what we call that. She's got the higher knee action. She's not very big. She's fit for debut. That's the main thing. This was clearly a pretty chewed up track that day. And it's not so much of the time. It's just how she did it. And is she a grass horse? She seems forward enough. She worked 10-1 at the OBS sale last year. She's, to be honest, she's a little cheap, I think. But a field like this, we can weed out a lot of these horses, and I think she's a true grass horse.
There's any great shakes in here. She's a daughter of the late More Than Ready, who's one of the most prolific turf sires of past 20 years in this country. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I came back to Leonza. She was my long shot last time. She ran okay, but I do like the fact that she broke last time and showed more speed.
Yeah, and that was that race would destroy a field like this.
Agreed.
That this time of year. Yeah,
that was a good group.
Leonza's a must-use in the tropical turf pick 3, I think.
And so is the 6 Rapid Tula, who was my long shot last time, and they bet her off the board. She did run well. She's got a lot of speed.
She does, and looks like there's some others in here.
Well, that could be it. Yeah, that's the problem. That was a state bred group last time. Open waters today, so she did run well. I don't want to take it away from her, but the waters, like I said, are open and deeper today. Late pick 3 in race number 7. We'll go 6.5 on a fast main track. It's an optional claimer for the state breds, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. The big scratch here is the 3 Athena's Wisdom, who I was going to be a real problem.
Yeah.
For a group like this. Well, she's out, so I scratch into the 4. How about you? Do you scratch into the 7, or you had
I do.
Okay.
I scratch into the 7. Yep. But Gervin Girl, this filly, she is not won in a while, but now with this field, she's drawn perfect. Today could be the day for her.
Yeah, she should be a strong favorite in here. They bet these DeBona horses off the board, but she really should be, with the scratch of the 3, a stiff favorite.
Yeah.
In here, Field of Blossoms ran well last time. I don't want to take it away from her. I don't really know where it came from because it wasn't like it was off the claim. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, I don't know either, and it came back really slow.
Yeah.
I felt like. So
Yeah, I
slower
don't
than
know.
I thought, at least.
I'll say this. It's a confident move that now facing winners. We're not in for a tag
Yeah.
anymore. Bobby doesn't want to lose this horse. We can still show the replay of one, read a book. It's the race that Athena's Wisdom ran off in, but read a book is in here as well as the 7. You're just basically going to see a horse that couldn't quite see it out and couldn't quite run with the winner. Going to get floated a little bit here. Ron Spat's going to take over, and Ron's a good, solid trainer, and he's had this horse for a little bit too. Maybe he can get a little improvement out of her.
I think so. And now she's going to stretch out to this 6.5
Yeah.
furlong distance. She was running the 6 at Tampa. This is, and you know this, we say it a lot, this is a tough track to get
Yeah.
sometimes with horses. She hasn't have a local win here, but at least she's got a second place finish.
Yeah, Tampa can be a quirky inside kind of track where the 2 and 3 pass play really well and the rail's kind of dead. You just saw that there.
Yeah.
Rita Book was outside the whole way. She's inside here. We'll see Edgard named, I think, that's a good sign.
Yes.
If nothing else. The late double kicks off with a really, really good one. We ran the game face yesterday for the girls, the 3-year-old fillies, and these are for the 3-year-olds here. 7 furlongs, $75,000 on the line for the 3-year-olds. We do have a scratch of the 3, Papit, who is going to be cool to see him come back, but hopefully we'll see him a little bit down the road. Antonio had a few others in here, so maybe that's another reason. Let's show Frankie's Empire's win in the Swale, where he kind of announced his presence in his first start for Mike Yates. I'll let you talk about it and him.
Well, this was an interesting race here. Obviously, they didn't bet the horse at all. Where did Legalize come? That was the horse coming from Cherie DeVoe, I believe. Yeah, yes.
The Fairgrounds horse.
Yep, the Fairgrounds horse that ran huge. So this horse, the boards was out of whack a little bit, but this horse came off of a Parks win and moved trainers to Mike Yates' barn and just ran huge. It was a big number. They threw this horse to the Wolves, Fountain of Youth, Florida Derby. Ran well in the Fountain of Youth,
did.
but again, that was a 5-horse field with a lot of defects. Ignore the Florida Derby. Now we're cutting this horse back. Going to get Lasix for the very first time. That's big.
He is clearly the horse to beat. And if they bet him, he could be odds on. He's 9-5 with a scratch. If they bet him, he could be 3-5. I didn't think his margin was that much. That was a very slow race.
Yeah.
That we just showed you. Wasn't highly rated by the thoroughgraphs by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
So the L is a big deal, though. I think the Lasix could really move him up. I'm almost embarrassed that I picked Big City because I just, you know me, I said this horse is never going to win a race.
Yes.
He did look good last time.
He did, and you wondered, is it just, did the light bulb finally come on? Because he looked like a different horse than we had seen him.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes to all of that. Now, to play devil's advocate, Born Noble, Speakeasy, Victory Avenue, BU, Invigorated, Military Road, those are good, strong, solid 3-year-old maiden special weights. Maybe not the Invigorated race. I don't know. He went up to Churchill and stunk.
Yeah.
But, I like his post.
Mm-hmm.
I like, in theory, the confidence he's got. I like his running style, which will get first run on Frankie's Empire. And he's going to be a better price, too. I think that's, you got him certainly in the mix.
And a huge thing, especially with this race, is Frankie's Empire is the heavyweight here.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's a big difference from 117 that Big City is carrying, facing
7
winners.
pounds.
Yeah, that's huge in a race like this.
So Antonio's still got 2. Unequivocally, he's got to be a frustrating horse for the barn. He runs huge 3 back, and then at 6-5, he's nowhere, and then he puts it together last time when the blinkers went on.
And that was a huge race
It
for him,
was.
too. I felt like that race was more visually impressive than anything Impromptu has done, except maybe the Beeline race.
Yeah, so, Antonio, I know he scratched the 1, but he's got a couple runners in here, and he's got runners with differing styles, too, and I think that's going to play well, too, because unequivocally is dangerous. We haven't really talked about the pace of this race.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really a lot of burners in here.
No, there's not, because Braun, that's 2-turn speed. That's not really quick. Unequivocally, that's pretty fast. Frankie's Empire doesn't have any early foot. Big City, not really. This horse could get loose now.
Yeah.
Except what does Shady World do?
Yeah. Shady World for
Kind of lost his speed in the Bayshore, though.
the Bayshore was a weird race because the track that day was, look at the variance, just wildly slow.
Yeah, that could play into that. And it's
Yeah.
hard to ship up there.
It is, without a doubt. This horse is 2 for 2 at Gulfstream. With all that being said, he's a big rank outsider in a spot like this. Trinnyberg, though, so take note of that. We'll wrap it up in a real problem race on the turf. What a great betting race this is going to shake out to be, and what a great race to end all those horizontals, too. It's a maiden $25,000 claimer, for 3-year-olds here, 7.5. The rails are at 45 feet. You better darn well be inside, or you better break running if you're outside. The only change is the 2 is going to have blinkers on today, flat cap the 2, and it's no shock that we're kind of sort of all over the place.
Yeah.
Long shot, you said?
Yes,
Okay.
this is the long shot. I've played this horse the last 2 times because I even mentioned this to you in
Yeah.
the Boom Shero race. I said, this horse is made a little bit of a run. I said, this horse is way too good looking to not have any talent. And last time they bet the horse.
Yep.
And he ran very well. The progeny of Always Dreaming, I feel the word's kind of still out on the grass course with them, but he had speed, and that's
speed.
yesterday with Dialythic.
Sure.
They didn't bet, surprisingly.
How the heck was he? I said to Ron, and when I initially did that race, I had him at 9-5.
I was going to make him a long shot, and I was like, oh, wait, I can't. This horse is going to get loose in here. They didn't bet the horse.
I can't believe they didn't bet him.
But similar story to this is the horse just had that proven, could go to the front, and nobody could close.
Right. My long shot's in here, too, and he will be nowhere close to your horse because he doesn't have any speed. That's a problem. I do think there's a lot of speed in here, though. Guerrero, the 1, is going to be flying out there on a stretch. Listen, I'm not going to tell you Dancing in the Storm has done any running in 2 starts, but he comes out of the set race in his only turf race, and set, was a stakes winner.
Yeah.
Huge drop. Blinkers.
Huge drop. Yep, blinkers go on.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous horse.
Yes, so he's going to be a square price. We've got similar interest in the 9, Vinny and Leo. We can show you Vinny and Leo's last race. I'm glad we have time because I really wanted to show the whole race, okay? This is weirdness going on here. The Imaginary Silks of John. So here's Vinny and Leo mixing it up in here, okay? And this is a long replay we're going to show because we had to. And I remember you and I talking about this. Vinny and Leo, okay, when we come out of this head-on, it almost looks like he said, I've had enough.
Yes.
I'm going to get hosed off, and I'll run 9th in here, and that's fine. He drops back right here. Okay, he's done.
Yeah.
And then some reason, maybe he just got outside. I don't know. Maybe he didn't like being down in there. Here he comes again, threading his way through on the outside.
Yeah.
And now he's going to run again. And this was, I know it's on Tapeta. I get that. The winner's swooping, by the way.
Yeah.
And this was a crazy good effort.
It was, like you said, it was very odd. And the part that we cut out, too, he dropped back.
Yeah, we
even
could have showed the whole
further.
race.
Yeah, it's amazing how he just kind of came back. And like you said, maybe he just got that pressure on the outside. He didn't want to be around those other horses, so he just sucks back. And Lionel that day sent him wide, and he took off again. It's hard to tell what he's going to do, but he should handle the grass.
Well, I like the replay stat we had. This is the second time because the auto replay was very good. The Vinny and Leo replay was very good. The auto stat was not very good.
No.
The Vinny and Leo stat's not going to be very good either. Yikes. 2 for 53, first time turf the past 5 years. Now, to be very fair, this is a barn that has enjoyed a lot of success.
In the past year.
Yes, correct. 2024 especially. I am not playing any sort of real ticket without Vinny and Leo on it. That is for sure.
I agree. You have to,
Right.
especially with the connections. Yeah.
Praiseworthy is fine. He's also 0 for 16 with 6 underneath finishes, but he's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, he's not. There's a lot of horses in here, and it's the same as yesterday's finale.
Yep.
I don't feel like are truly turf horses, but it's going to be a jockey's race on who's going to trip out.
Yeah, Garrow's going the 1. He's going to be in front as far as he could take him, I would assume, on the stretch with this post position. And as you said, that's dangerous. Your horse has got speed as well. So fascinating finale. And I'll tell you what, if whoever's alive into that race, I would think they're going to be getting paid because it's a good sequence late here today for all of it. Let's take a look at the lightning round here. I was not here yesterday, but I did see the game face, and You know, the winner was a weird horse. She had a lot of trouble at the start last time.
Yep.
And she ran back to the race 2 back, which was really good.
Yeah, and you don't ever know. She had some gait. She was very fractious in the gait in her race before this. And you don't know how fillies are going to come back with this. Well, she answered the bell in a big way,
Yeah.
Brian, because Hall and Ice went back at her again, and she just kept on rolling.
Yeah.
It was a huge victory.
I don't want to beat up Hall and Ice because she did run fine.
Yes,
but
she did.
she's one of those Oakland horses. You say it all the time.
Yeah, you just like can't.
You got to fade those kind
yeah,
of horses.
you can't do it.
But she did. She ran fine. It's not to say she didn't,
Right.
but you know,
She
they
ran a
don't-
lot better than she looked like she was going to at the top of the stretch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's very fair.
Yeah.
Coast to coast, right?
Yeah, today it's the last 2 races from here.
There you go.
So we've got the very competitive dirt
Oh, yeah.
feature and the maiden claiming on the grass. And then we've got 4, 5, and 6 from Santa Anita.
I like that a little better. 2 hours. And
Yes, perfect 2 hours. 2 hour
18,
span.
18 minutes.
Yep.
You had that in your head, right?
Oh, of course, my maths. I've been working on it while you've been gone.
Yeah. 218 on that. TT pick 3. I've been working on that.
Good for
Got
you.
it, right?
Yep, 2, 6, and 9
There we
today.
go.
15% takeout, $3 minimum wager. We will say it many, many times as long as we have this wager. It is the only grass wager in the country with this low of a takeout, Brian.
It's phenomenal.
It is.
Hey, you know what I just realized is that our best bets and our long shots are both in the same race.
Ooh,
They're both different.
wow.
Race 5,
Yeah,
Crypto Man, right?
yep.
I'm in race 5 with the 3 Akati King, and I'm gonna pat us all on the back because our long shots from Ron to you and to me have
Yeah.
been really, really good.
Yeah, they have huge profits. I know yours this weekend paid huge. Ron and I's paid well last week.
Yep.
So there you go. Pay attention. We'll have to see if Ron's long shots in the finale, too, because he had one that kind of
Right.
very. Yeah, how about that? Albertson.
Oh, look at that! Look at these guys are on top. Oh,
Oh,
wow,
Albert-
3 long shots. Okay,
Albertson. You know that store, right? Albertsons?
Albertson. No, why would I know that?
Oh, I guess it's an Oklahoma thing. Never mind.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's a grocery store.
So Ron, Samantha, and myself, 3 different long shot horses in the last race, but it's that kind of race, and
Yeah.
I really hope everybody that's playing is alive to that race because my goodness, if you can get through, you're going to get paid today,
Yeah.
to be sure. That's it. Pete is upstairs on a beautiful Sunday fun day here. He doesn't have a lot to do either. Not a lot of scratches, which is great to see. And Ronnie will be back here for the opener, and we'll get that going in about 15 minutes. Best of luck.